Good morning, everyone. I'm John Mamminga. I have the privilege of serving this year's your moderator as well as the annual fund chair. It's great to see everyone having coffee and donuts and I'm telling a joke, having coffee and donuts in church. The joke I want to tell is my kid's favorite joke because it goes with the coffee. How does Moses make his coffee? He brews it. That joke is a close cousin of my mom's favorite joke, which she's going to be really proud that I got to tell in church this morning, which is, why does the skunk come to church? That's to sit in his own pew. So all joking aside, I am here to introduce and announce our annual fund campaign for this year. But before I do that, a year ago, we launched a campaign called Forward. And we did that concurrently with our annual fund campaign. And so I thought this would be a good opportunity just to share a brief update with you and just to recall the work that we did with the Called Forward campaign. That campaign was specifically designed to raise money to support the long-term capital needs of this building. We had a goal in that campaign to raise $2.1 million. That was our base goal. We set a stretch goal of $3 million, and thanks to all of your generosity, we got much closer to our stretch goal than the base goal. We ended up getting pledges of about $2.7 million, which is fantastic because that's going to help us over the next 10 years. That'll help us to really do the work to maintain this beautiful space. Just to give you an update on some of the work that we've already been able to do so far, we've replaced the roof on the chapel. So there's a brand new roof over there. All of our beautiful stained glass was refurbished over the summer. The glass was cleaned. A lot of the lead was replaced. We have installed a new life safety panel. We've added handicap accessibility to the back doors that lead out to the parking lot, so there's now a button you can push that will open those doors, and we've made some replacements to some of the HVAC and mechanical components of the building. Maybe most exciting about the work that we're doing so far is we've hired an architect who's going to help us with the renovation and remodeling of Pilgrim Hall. Pilgrim Hall, of course, is our sort of central gathering space outside of this sanctuary, and not only is it an important space for all of us, but it's an important space for our ministry with DuPage Pads, and so we're going to be beginning the work of updating that and making that just a much more beautiful and welcoming space. That work is going to begin over the summer. Called Forward is a 3-year campaign. So while pledges came in this past year, many of you are giving your gifts over 3 years. And so we do ask that maybe you go back and check and make sure you're on track with those pledges. If for any reason you didn't have an opportunity to give to Called Forward, there's still an opportunity to do that. We'd invite you to participate in that. You're welcome to see me or Seth or call the church office if you'd like to give to the Called Forward campaign. That brings us to our current annual fund campaign, and largely because of the success that we had with Called Forward, we've taken a lot of stress off of our annual operating budget. The annual fund, as many of you know, funds the ongoing mission and ministry of our church. It supports the salaries for our clergy, for our church staff. It funds all of the programming that we do for anyone in the church, from youth all the way up to adults. It helps us keep the lights on and simply pay the bills to operate our facility. And it supports the mission and the giving to organizations that we align with that really are out there being the hands and feet of Christ in our world. Our goal this year with the annual fund, we're simply looking for a 3% increase over last year's fund, and the purpose of that increase is to provide our clergy and our staff with a cost of living increase and to support inflationary costs with the needs to support the ongoing work here of the church. Last year we raised about $1,030,000. So we're looking to a 3% increase on that. The average gift to the church per family was about $3,600. So that's essentially the cost of what it keeps to maintain the work that we're doing here. Our theme for this year, we're calling it All Your Journeys. You're going to hear more about that today from Seth and throughout the course of the campaign. But essentially it's less about asking everyone to dig deeper, and it's more about asking all of us to be more reflective about where we are on our journey, both in our faith and in our generosity. In the next couple of weeks, you'll receive a letter along with a giving form. We ask that you prayerfully consider your gift to the church. We're hoping to collect all of those giving forms back by the end of February. So thank you again. On behalf of all of us on the moderator team, we thank you for all of your support in the many ways that you do to this church. So thank you.